Just 1 year ago, Jared Kushner was a nobody, at least as far as U.S. politics was concerned.
If you can't produce peace in the Middle East, nobody can.
President Trump declared that his son-in-law Jared Kushner could broker the toughest deal in the world, lasting peace between Israelis and Palestinians.
I am so proud to be here today in Jerusalem as a representative of the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Thank you very much. That the United States would finally recognize the truth, that Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. He also declared that we would soon move our embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem.
There have been at least a dozen Jewish rabbis that have said the Messiah is on earth now. He's been identified. He is soon going to make himself known. In the Jewish mindset, for the Messiah to arrive, you can't think of him like we think of Messiah.
Can I reveal, Jared, how long we've known you?
Trump has said Kushner could even play a key part in the Middle East peace process. While his role has fueled speculation, Kushner has quietly been taking steps to distance himself from his multi-billion-dollar real estate business, Kushner Companies.
Of all the financial titans and philanthropists of the 20th century, none are more complex or mysterious than George Soros. Like Carnegie, J.P. Morgan, and the Rockefellers, he amassed billions through ruthless business decisions.
Recapitalize the banks, and then work on a better world order where we work together to resolve problems that confront humanity.
When George W. Bush was president, Soros said, the main obstacle to a stable and just world order is the United States. When asked to explain, he answered, by declaring a war on terror after September 11, we set the wrong agenda for the world. Think about that. He said a stable and just world order. That's because he is a globalist through and through.
So I had no sense of guilt.
Are you religious?
No.
Do you believe in God?
No. As an imposter and con man and a would-be dictator.
36-year-old Jared Kushner has no diplomatic experience, but he's become an envoy to foreign leaders, at times in place of the Secretary of State.
Presidents just don't hire their family members, but Trump is doing more than that.
It's unusual Kushner would travel to Iraq before the Secretary of State, a sign of Kushner's growing influence.
It's just particularly important to focus with Kushner on this idea that he is a power center all to himself. He and wife Ivanka, both practicing Orthodox Jews, are seen as being more moderate than Trump and have reportedly softened the president's policies on gay marriage and child.
But no administration over the course of 4 decades has been able to solve the Arab-Israeli conflict. Barrett says with a new set of leaders in the Arab world wanting a solution, the timing is right.
Kushner played a key role in February's visit from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Can I reveal, Jared, how long we've known you?
and he's now running a newly created office to integrate business ideas into the government.
Jared Kushner at the helm of a newly unveiled office called the White House Office of American Innovation.
Went to find Jared Kushner to ask him what his plans were. Walking to the office at 666 Fifth Avenue with his parents, he was offering no clues. Kushner, you think you're going to get a job in the White House? Have a good day, thank you. You're going to get a good... The disarming smile gave nothing away. Jared Kushner is now inside his company headquarters.
Jared is perceived right now as a very, very powerful man in the land.
He's Trump's golden boy.
Yes. And Jared, I mean, you know, I did actually speak to Donald Trump on Friday, and he told me how incredibly brilliant he thinks Jared is. He called him my son, not even son-in-law, my son.
Also, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many.
There have been at least a dozen Jewish rabbis that have said the Messiah is on earth now. He's been identified. He is soon going to make himself known. In the Jewish mindset, for the Messiah to arrive, you can't think of him like we think of Messiah. We think of Messiah after the model of Jesus. He's the Son of God, divine birth, all of that. That's not the way the Jews look at the Messiah. They're looking for a king. They're looking for a political leader. As a matter of fact, Messiah to them means the anointed one, and it goes back to the ancient days when they would anoint a king and recognize him as this is the man that God sent. I'm not saying that they think he is the Messiah. What I actually think is that most of the rabbis there think he's John the Baptist, and the Messiah is about to appear. He's the forerunner. He's the guy that's going to start the message in the wilderness, and the Messiah is going to come in on his heels.
Despite having no experience in politics or government, Jared Kushner is said to be one of Donald Trump's most trusted advisors. Some analysts call him the Trump whisperer.
They too believe that we are in the end times. They too believe that the Messiah is about to appear. We would say the second coming is about to happen.
Is anything I've been saying for the last 2 months starting to make sense, guys? Stay tuned, there's more coming.